Welcome to another episode of Uplifting Interviews with Total Strangers. I've got Isaac here, who is a total stranger, correct, Isaac?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, and he's got a very thick book in his lap that has lots of different, what do you call those things when you mark the page?
Stickers.
He's got little stickers all throughout the book, because this book is the Bible on disability, how would you say? The Bible on disabilities?
Disability determination.
Disability determination. So he's going to determine if I'm disabled as we're driving along here, which some people say I am mentally disabled, but we'll see what happens. So Isaac, what do you got for us this morning?
First of all, let me backtrack you a little bit on this question of what do I think.
Yes.
Let me backtrack you to the question of why people drive the way they drive, and how is it that people wait for the last minute to brake, rush, instead of lifting the foot off the gas, they rush to the red light. I think that it's part of a metaphor of life.
Okay.
People do that in life. They rush through the red light. They don't brake on time. They don't take the time to break down. They slow down. They rush through things. So acting accordingly, this type of lifestyle will lead you into rush decisions. It will lead you into rush discussions and rush statements that you later on be sorry.
Yes.
And you want to backtrack and fix it, but you can't do that anymore. It's gone.
Yes.
And the damage is already there.
You rushed into havoc.
And the damage is done.
Damage is done.
The same can be applied for interrelations, like with your wife, your children, people at work, etc. You rush through things.
Yeah. People in a hurry.
Right.
And they're looking for the destination instead of the journey, correct?
To a certain extent, yes. And then there was something else you asked me and I already forgot.
Well, I myself suffer from CRS. You know what that is? The disease, CRS?
No.
Can't remember shit? It's a terrible disease. Terrible.
It's not only terrible, but it's contagious.
You caught it from me.
Right.
Well, we're going to talk about all kind of subjects, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. It seems like I was really hoping that the ride I had before.
In 600 feet, use the right two lanes to take the I-405 south ramp.
And he was quite brilliant. And of course, as you know, I like to share my conversations with the world of all the great people I'm meeting. Isaac, looks like Isaac's going to be a whirlwind of fantastic information for y'all. Oh, we got some.
Use the right two lanes to take the I-405 south ramp.
I deal with homelessness and my charity, veteran homelessness. We've got a homeless man that's probably being arrested right now. Oh, he's getting kicked out of his little home on the 405 entrance.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-405 south.
Where are you from, Isaac?
I was born in Mexico City.
Oh.
I had a very happy and very uplifting childhood. I grew up in a very small town in the north of the country. Very small, where everybody knew everybody. You don't lock the doors. And then, of course, any mischief you want to do when you were a kid, it's not a good idea because your mother will find out sooner, and you think they ought to do that.
Where did you go to school?
Well, I went to school there until age 13, and then I went back to Mexico City, and eventually went to university in Mexico City, and then I left. More than 40 years ago.
Oh. You don't seem to be 40 years old. You're as young as you think you are. I think I'm 26 still.
You look 25.
Thank you very much. My wife says I have gray hair. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't get it. Do you see any gray hair?
I see a lot of white hair.
White, there you go. I can skip the gray stage.
That's a good one. Because the gray makes you look old.
Exactly. We don't want to be
The
gray.
white makes you look distinguished.
Oh, very good. So what are you up to today with your big book?
Well, I need the big book because I have to be...
In a quarter mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 53 for I-10 West toward Los Angeles, Santa Monica.
I'm going to be writing reports about people with disabilities so they could...
And writing the report for whom?
for the people that got disabled.
Oh, so someone...
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 53, then keep left at the fork.
Break it down.
People come to see professionals like myself.
Keep left at the fork.
An injury that might happen at work. As a result of that, it initiates or that triggers a legal process, which I'm not part of it. But the legal progress and the legal process cannot proceed without a determination of disability.
Gotcha.
I do the determination.
So tell me about a high-level case that might be of interest to our folks here.
A high-level case that I'm dealing with now is somebody who fell off a scaffold and broke both wrists, broke one of the legs, and broke a bone in the back.
So the person...
In addition to this, he had a chest injury, and he had a bit of a problem with the heart, and one of the lungs is not functioning normally. Otherwise, he bumped his head against the wall, but he's okay.
So, now this person could have been a klutz, and it could have been his fault, but he's still going to sue because he got hurt on the job,
Right.
correct? Now, what about the robber that robs your home, breaks his leg, sues you, and wins?
There is something called the Stellar Awards. Are you familiar with those?
No.
Well, it's named after the lady Stellar, I forgot her last name, who famously bought a cup of hot coffee from McDonald's,
Right, I remember that.
put it between her legs while she was driving, burned herself, and then successfully sued McDonald's
For selling hot coffee, which is what we all want.
for the right, and successfully sued McDonald's for the hot coffee. From that point on, somebody created the Stellar Awards, where the most outrageous awards were given to people. One example is of the present edition of the Stellar Awards. There is a lady who slipped on wet surface in a store, in a restaurant, and broke her coccyx, her tailbone, and successfully sued the store. The part of the story is that she had spilled the water herself because she threw it on her boyfriend.
Okay.
And there's another story of a lady...
And she won, of course.
And then she won. The jury awarded her a significant amount of money. The other story was of a lady who tripped on a running toddler in a store and broke her ankle.
Her own toddler, I'm sure.
Her own child, yes.
Of course.
And she sued the store. And the jury awarded her a significant amount of money too. A third one I remember is of the lady that fell off a window in a restaurant and broke both of its teeth. The other side of the story is that she was sneaking into the restaurant in order not to pay the $2.50 entry.
Well, I always say
And the jury did indeed award her a significant amount of money.
America's middle name is Sue.
Yes,
A very litigious country.
very litigious and amazingly, apparently, it does work.
It works. And what's the solution?
I don't know.
It's terrible. Don't we want to work and earn our keep?
You would think so.
I've had many opportunities to sue, and just it's not my nature.
I don't remember all the cases listed in this edition of the awards, but there were 7 or 8 of them, and one more crazy and outrageous than the other one.
Well, in the news today, did you hear about the homeless man who gave his last $20 to a couple because they were stranded, and they, in turn to thank him, created a GoFundMe page and raised $400,000, and in theory gave it to him to get him off the street. Now they're saying that it was all a facade, a scam, and they kept all the money, and it's all in the news right now. So there's going to be some lawsuits for that.
If you look carefully, you will find a very small sociological study. It was put on one of the YouTubes, I think, or one video. It's a study about somebody pretending to be blind, standing in the middle of the street and asking strangers that would come by to change a bill.
Uh-huh.
And the blind person, of course he wasn't blind, but the person would say, would you change this $20 or $10 bill, but in fact was a $50 bill.
Oh.
And and the first person that looked at the bill didn't say anything, grabbed the bill and then walked away, stole the money.
Changed it from his hand to his hand.
Yeah, he says, let me look, and takes the bill, but he walks away and he takes it. And then nobody, I mean, it was remarkable. And he would then walk away and go to another corner, and the same thing happened. He would stop just the strangers. He would say, brother, will you change his $10 bill? And people actually took the money. People took the money.
People are so nice. It's a greedy society we live in.
Right.
Greedy, litigious society. And we need to make it better by being fantastic, which brings me to my show, Uplifting Interviews with Total Strangers. And out of this show, I've discovered that everyone who I asked how they are, and as you know, that's a rhetorical question. No one cares how you are when they ask you. Everyone says good. And I'm tired of being good and being average and normal and mediocre. I think they should be fantastic. Because when you're fantastic, you smile. Let me hear you say, I am fantastic. Try it. Try it out for size.
I am fantastic.
A little bit more emotion. Try it with a little bit more emotion.
I am fantastic.
It makes you feel good to say that.
Yeah.
It releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin.
Ah.
And when you say it to other people, it makes them feel good. And I think if you can make one person feel good today, you've done good. If you make 10 people feel good today, like I'm doing, you feel great. And it's a great thing to do. Nobody's making anyone else feel good. They're, like we're talking about, they're suing them instead of making them feel good. They're taking their money instead of making them feel good. And karma, I just learned the other day, I believe in karma. What you do good comes back to you. What you do bad comes back to you. This one lady said it comes back threefold. I didn't know that. It's a spiritual thing. And I interviewed her, and so we got that to look forward to. Or not look forward to if you're a bad person. But it's, it's this crazy world, and I'm doing what I can to make it a little bit better. And I think I'm changing people's lives every day by encouraging them to be fantastic, even when you're feeling low and down. As you heard before, if you're feeling really lousy and you just paint a smile on your face, force yourself to smile, you're going to feel better because of the endorphins.
What do you make of gossip?
Who?
Gossip.
Oh, gossip. Well, that's a really bad thing, I'm told.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I know it's a bad thing. I don't know. I forgot exactly the clinical reasoning behind it. But have you read the book, The Four Agreements?
No.
It's a very good book. I highly recommend everyone read The Four Agreements. If you live your life, if society lived their life by these four agreements, it would be a really good society. The first agreement is be impeccable with your word. And that's whatever you say and whatever you do, and keeping your word obviously is very important. But it's your words that are communicating what you feel, and and what other people can feel from them. So one is that. The second agreement is never take what people say about you personally, because typically not about you anyway, and you shouldn't care what anyone else thinks. So that's a very important thing. Number 3 is never make assumptions, and that's hard, but it's, as you know, it makes an ass out of you and me if you do that.
Right.
And the 4th is always do your best. And if you can live by those 4 agreements, we wouldn't need lawyers, and the world would be a better place. What do you think about that?
I have to work on that one.
It's a great book. It's very small, great gift. It was given to me by a friend of mine. I don't read many books. I like to tease and say I've written more books than I've read. I've written 1 book.
I, on the other hand, I love to read.
You love to read? Well, you have to read my book.
And I read a lot of books.
I'm told my book is very good. It's called Lester's Legacy. And it's, I'll show you a cover of it in a little while. So where are we with disabilities? What are you up to today? Are you going to an office or?
Yes. We're going to go to an office in West Covina.
West Covina.
And that's where I sit and
Why are we getting off at Western to go to West Covina? Shouldn't we like take the 10 or the 60 or something?
Yeah, why is telling you go to?
I don't know. Let's just get off at Western. Maybe.
Oh, it's gonna make you take like a side street here, but it's gonna.
In 1.5 miles, take the Western Avenue, Normandy Avenue exit.
That's right, but no, it's a side street.
You think we should do that?
No.
No. Stay on the freeway, right?
Yes.
The computer is wrong again. You can't trust computers.
Once again.
We're taking the 10, right?
We are gonna take
The 10. This is the 10. This is the 10, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is
in order
the 10.
to get it to the other side of the 10, we're gonna need to make a little connection with the 5 and then to the 10.
But this is the 10.
Right.
This is the 10.
Yes.
We're on the 10, ladies and gentlemen. And as
And
usual,
I'm going to remain on the 10.
we're going to remain on the 10 for another 42 minutes. So I want to thank you for this.
So you wrote a book.
I wrote a book.
What made you write a book?
What made me write a book? No one could believe my story. No one could believe.
That was the impetus.
That was the impetus. I needed to put it down. And,
Now, once you put it down in a reading form, does that make it more believable?
it makes it easier to tell. You know, I don't have to. They can read it now instead of me telling it to them.
Okay. You don't tire people from telling them. You let them read it at their own pace.
Yeah, they can read it, and I want to make a movie. I think it's worthwhile to make a movie from it.
Can you?
Yeah, I know how to make movies. I was born in the business, in show business. My father was a producer. My uncle, an Academy Award-winning producer. My mother, an actress. And on the cover of the book is a picture of my mother on a date with Ronald Reagan. You might have heard of that guy before.
Once or twice.
Once or twice. He called me when he was governor, spoke to me for 15 minutes, and he wrote me while he was president on White House stationery. That was pretty cool. He was very nice, beautiful voice, nice guy. Told me a lot about my mom that he didn't know. She passed away when I was 9. I was orphaned when I was 9. And it's a pretty, it's got the Beverly Hills scene in it, the Hollywood scene, the beat scene, the mafia scene. It's got lots of mixtures of elements that I'm told can attract a wide audience. So if you guys are anybody watching that's a filmmaker, read Lester's Legacy. Got the script written. Gwyneth Paltrow wanted to play my mom. She was quite the beautiful lady. And she was noted as having the best body in Hollywood in the 40s. I guess it's better than having the worst body in Hollywood.
I may disagree with you because there's ample examples of people who have the worst bodies and who have made themselves enormously wealthy and rich and
no, I didn't equate that to wealth.
I mean, I agree with you. It doesn't follow the normative sort of approach to how do you look. No, you want to stay on this. You don't want to get close to that side.
Hey, I'm mixing it up. Gonna mix it up a little bit.
That sounds like a good
We're
thing.
actually going faster now. We're passing a Camry. And that's what causes traffic jams, changing lanes, obviously. But, you know, every once in a while you got to break it up, you know.
Do you think that the Hollywood crowd is the ultimate rush through the red light?
Yes,
type of people?
very plastic, a lot of cons. Flaky, superficial, money grubbing. You know, I mean, if you're going to be an actor and actress for the money, that's not a good solution. You know, so if I get back in.